What do we do with this quarterback position? The backup one, I mean. Of course. What's up? It's your boy Cintron. Come back with another analysis slash news video. And I kid you not, that's my real name. And man, today we're looking at an article that assesses the function, the viability of the quarterback position. So it's entitled Eagles Stay or Go Quarterback. And we have three guys we're going to look at here. And it starts as season and ends with Jalen Hurts, the QB1 in the city of brotherly love. And stay or go, this is an easy decision. Stay. I mean, like they said in the article, duh. We want to keep this guy around for as long as we can. And the question is, on what kind of deal, how long, and for how much money. He, without question, acquitted himself, proved himself worthy of holding the candlestick of the quarterback of the future, the present. And what does it really even need to go any further than that? No, it doesn't. But I will anyways. This season, having I think maybe over 100 quarterback rating, 6 picks and 25 or so touchdowns. I think that's including the playoffs. 900 yards, rushing, 18 touchdowns on the ground. I mean, just a dual threat, 4,000 plus yards, but he did it the right way. Not being a run first quarterback, but looking to throw and using himself on I think 99 in regular season quarterback design runs, and just really keeping the defense on their toes. People call it a high school offense, but if that's the case, it should be easy to stop it. But I'm gonna hit that Michael Jordan meme and just stop it. Get some help. Because I mean, like, weak schedule, all that stuff. We were the team to appear and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, and that is by and large due to Jalen Hurts. He went 16-2 this season as a starter, and yeah, we lost the Super Bowl. He's 2-2 in the playoffs, 2-1 this year in the playoffs. But I don't know anybody else I'd rather have my QB1. I'm not even Mahomes. Like, he's just not Jalen Hurts and what he brings to our offense, man. It was year 3 for him, year number 2 as the starter, and he just elevated to a whole other stratosphere. And the funny thing is, he's not even a complete player yet. He has lots of room for improvement. He can get better in the intermediate routes going through his progression. Really handling more of a complex offense. And I don't say it's kid stuff right now, but adding so many elements to it, it can truly make this offense dangerous. And that's why I really want to see us add a third wide receiver that's really a threat. And man, the options really will be unlimited. And then having Quez as our number 4, man. So, there's lots of things that he's going to do, but this is guaranteed. We know in the offseason he's going to go in and work hard. Even if he makes a small incremental improvement, that will be necessary. That will be just that's what he's going to demand of himself. We don't have to ask, is he going to put in the work? He's going to go to OTAs. Is he going to assemble the guys on his own? These are all givens with Jalen Hurts. He is hungry to improve. He's hungry to win. So, one of the best things that happened in recent memory to the quarterback position. And Carson Wentz, his star burned bright, but man, he was a meteorite. Flashed really quickly in the pan, but quickly fell to earth. Hurts, if he's able to stay healthy, that's a big question, because he was out for 2 games this year, hurting his was it his throwing shoulder? I think it was his throwing shoulder, his right shoulder, and that impaired him over the course of the 2 playoff games, and obviously 2 games he missed. And he'll be he just needs rest. He'll come back healthy, and he's gonna dive into his offense. And it's gonna be interesting to see how him and Brian Johnson's relationship develops, because he's most likely gonna be elevated from quarterback coach to offensive coordinator, and I like to see him take the next step. Like I said, becoming Brady-like. Now it's Mahomes-like, and manipulating that defense out there. He did it pretty well this year, but he can still elevate. There's another plateau he can still rise to, which is wild because they played phenomenally this year. Nobody could stop them truly. We're an amorphous offense. I said this so many times in past videos. We'll take what the defense gives us. If you want to give us flats, we'll nickel and dime you. We don't want to. If you porous run defense, we'll run it down your throat. You have a weak pass defense, we'll air it out like we did against Tennessee. If you have a bit of both, we'll kill you on the ground and through the air like we did to Green Bay. So whatever you want, we can give you. Quite simply. And I really trust and believe in Hurts. He's been given the keys to this offense, and now they're gonna open up some of those hidden rooms in the back that they previously we didn't really need to open up space for. They're gonna bring in more people, more housing, and house some more knowledge in that cranium of his. And man, things will really start to take off. And I think some couple additions we can get to give him better options as well. Give him a true big back threat back there. Something ideal would be runs a 4.4, 220 plus, big guy, strong guy, and adept at pass blocking, pass pro. So we'll see, but that's a video for another day. But man, Jalen Hurts, all that you want and then some at the QB1 position. So let's get to the other two guys. Gardner Minshew, you gotta say that he was a disappointment as a backup. Had starting experience coming out of Jacksonville from that trade, and wasn't an A+ talent, but seemed to be able to get the job done there. And you really thought that projecting him in this offense with elevated weapons, elevated offensive line, better circumstances, that he would be able to play better. And yeah, he battled in the Cowboys' loss, keeping that game close. We lost it 40-33, but against the Saints at home, he just self-imploded. And he just couldn't move the ball, skittish, shortened throws, bad. He didn't have mobility, but bad fundamentals. He didn't follow through, step into his throws and stuff like that. Didn't step in the pocket, looking, to once you got past his first, maybe second option, threw it away or just scramble out, and he didn't look like an NFL starting quarterback or even a backup at that. Andy Dalton, less weapons, but a worse protection, look much better than him. And just the difference was apparent that day. So I think we look to improve on that position. And the article says that he also sees himself as a starting quarterback. I don't know what you're looking at, buddy, but your tape says otherwise. But he'll most likely be humbled. I could see him coming back, but I would like ideally for us to upgrade his position. So stay or go. I'd like to see him go. I wouldn't be offended if we had to fall back on him as a last ditch effort to secure a clipboard holder for the 2023 season. So, I think we'll see in free agency. I think that most definitely there'll be guys that we can get that'll bring in that'll can improve upon the position. Do we go with the big question is, do we go with a quarterback that's similar to Jalen, that can scramble, has legit wheels, and is a competent passer, or do we go with more of a traditional quarterback like Gardner Minshew? That is the question. All right, the third guy here, who's on the books, pun intended, Ian Books, a former fourth round pick of the Saints. We picked him up. He was cut by them. He's came into the game. He threw two picks, maybe a touchdown. Threw for about 35, which is like whatever. You can mold and shape those guys. Build them up. He doesn't see the field, so all of his reps are mental reps, and as going against third string practice squads, whatever. But yeah, he has a decent size, he has a decent arm, and good development of quarterback. And we love those here in Philly. So I think there's some promise there. Do we always want to look at other guys, and if somebody becomes available that, you know, say to a third round talent, they drop to, you know, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round? I could see them, you know, going with that guy, and maybe, well, I don't know if he would make it, trying to stash him on the practice squad or whatever, but it could be an upgrade over Ian. We'll have to see, but he's not guaranteed a spot. His position can be, you know, upgraded, you know, and highly improved upon. Same position as Gardner Minshew. So stay or go, who knows? I would say stay, but then that's very temperamental. It's very dependent on who we see in free agency, and also and bring in, and who we draft or don't, or are able to find on the trash heap of the NFL. So let's get into some other news around the league. So we interviewed Jim Leonard, the former safety. I think he was a one-time Eagle, but I know he definitely played, I think, for the Buffalo Bills. Safety out of Wisconsin. He was actually the Wisconsin defensive coordinator. And, I mean, just initial thoughts, I was like, man, I don't like this, because, you know, just guys coming from the college ranks, you know, that no NFL coaching experience, it's a big jump. I don't care who the fuck you had to play with. And Wisconsin isn't even like, I'd prefer an SEC team. We'll get to that a little bit later, but just the talent pool is just different. It's a big jump. And, you know, you have those guys that come in there, you know, you have so many recruits that are talented, and it's a college game. You can get over on talent, you know, a little bit. And also, you just, you know, like a Big Five conference, you have the talent you're recruiting in. NFL, everybody's good. You know, the talent differential from week to week, it could be great, or it also, like, you know, like like maturity and skills, you know, count for a lot, but it's not the, you know, the college level. You know, you're coaching kids. You know, these guys are, you know, are men. You're not gonna have the scheming, you know, schemes that, you know, could work in college, but, you know, no gimmicks here. I'm gonna work in the NFL. So I mean, like, yeah, guys, you know, talented, you know, or whatnot, and, you know, he's good at, you know, good at coaching them. He likes to play man coverage, which is, you know, like something like, oh, that caught my eye. He runs a 3-4 base, but he runs a 4-2-5 formation, which Gannon also ran. He's able to take care of, you know, take advantage of multiple fronts. And okay, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I like hearing about some of that stuff, but big question is, can he do it at this level? And that's a big question mark. We just don't know. He has no previous experience. So I just don't like the idea of us taking a chance on another D coordinator. My preference is a grizzled veteran that is aggressive, likes to blitz. Jim does like to blitz. Okay, he, you know, brings pressure from exotic packages, exotic coverages, and leaving his corners in man alone. So I like the idea of that. It's just I don't like the idea of him being inexperienced. That's the only drawback from this hire. If they did it, I'd have to wait to see how it panned out. But, you know, I prefer us to go with an NFL veteran coordinator who has experience. This was like the death blow for Jonathan Gannon. Brian Dawkins said he would have hated playing in Gannon's defense. He said the guy just relies on the front four talent alone. And this is, you know, leads credence to what people have been saying, media-based and fans as well. Jonathan Gannon just relied purely on the talent of that defense. He didn't do much by the way of coaching, and that scheme was garbage. Wasn't up to par. He relied on those players to get home and win their one-on-ones. And for the majority of the season, they could. We came out with 70 sacks in the regular season, added 8 in the playoffs, but none in the Super Bowl. I mean, like, there's mitigating circumstances there because of the field conditions, and that, you know, didn't allow our athletes on the edges primarily to play to their full capabilities, you know, like, and rush the way that they usually normally do it, which is, you know, if you can only rush at 70% capacity or like speed, that takes away from you, that you don't have your full capacity. So there's a difference between 170. It's still not like, and that just compromises the integrity of that, you know, of that pass rush, of that game, that defense. And by the way, the game. That just, I mean, it is what it is. Accept it for what it is. It had that's a great impact on the game. The reason the score was 38-35, defenses couldn't do shit. I mean, like, that takes nothing away from the Chiefs winning, but the game was compromised. I mean, like, I'm not. That's probably that's probably the last time I address it, but it is what it is. It's still gonna be tough. Makes the game tough to swallow, but the result. But it is what a king is. But he said, no, getting back to the topic at hand, he said he would have hated playing for him because he doesn't make adjustments. Like the whole second half, nothing. And he even said it. He copped up to it. And it could be him just providing a last bit of coverage for his players. No pun intended. But he's saying I didn't call the plays better. I didn't put them in positions to succeed, like on that where they're running the jet sweep like twice and they got scored on. He called a zero blitz. Just bad timing. That's not the call you go to. You play a pass off zone. Somebody can cover that rolling out, and they have the space, even if they're slow. There's a space to cover that, and they're also not a liability because they're not shifting the whole formation. Why is the formation shifting when you just switch assignments? Make it simple. But his complex scheme actually made it too complicated for the player. Like, confused him. Because the weeks before we played opposite to what we played in the Super Bowl. It's just dumb. Like I said in the video, no consistency. Just going to confuse. So I mean, yeah. There's other things he caught up to, but I just don't even want to discuss it. You want to see it? Go read the article. Yeah, because it's crying over spilled milk at this point, and it does nothing to assuage this bad taste you have in our mouth. Is what it is. Anyways, next topic. The league is looking to get rid of the Eagles' tush push. So they're looking to put the tush push on its cush and for good. And it's just like, it's funny. Their reason wasn't because it gives them a distinct advantage. The reasoning behind it was, we are not a rugby league. We pride ourselves on our athletics, and it doesn't really showcase the talent of our athletes, which is just weird. Because it showcases their strength, right? They can move a person. Getting low, it requires like some discipline, and then the strength to move the person. If you're weak, you're not gonna be able to do it. If you don't have the quarterback that we have in Jalen, you're not gonna be able to get there quick enough and get that push. Our line works in conjunction to get that. That's talent. And then it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. Who gives a how it looks to people? If the funny thing is, okay, I said I'm not gonna go back to the Super Bowl. I am. The field wouldn't look aesthetically pleasing if you just not use the paint there, but it looked good. The Super Bowl halftime show looked good, and it compromised the whole fucking entire game. Fuck you. Thank you, but no fucking thank you. And look, man, how about that? We got a game that looked pretty, and loads of people hated it because you essentially made an offensive game and took defense out of it. Yes, we got a few stops, but that was not the defensive battle we were supposed to get. Just a sham. You should be like, it's disgusting. It's atrocious. It was atrocious, disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. But anyways, they're trying to get rid of that because it looks bad. No, you look bad. On Super Bowl Sunday, in front of the whole, you spent 800 G's on that field, and it looked like shit. All right, this is potentially some good news. Vance Joseph is set to have a 2-day interview over Zoom, but he's gonna interview back-to-back days. So I like that for the chances. I think that says a lot about him, that they like him. So I hope that he's really able to show his chops. And I like him for the hire, actually. Aggressive guy. Blitzes on like 34 to 35% of his snaps, and brings pressure from different angles. So I like that. My voice getting kind of hoarse here, so I think it hurts up. All right, last thing we're gonna get to Jonathan Gannon actually had a chance to stay. They offered him more annually to actually stay as a defensive coordinator than the Cardinals job, but he wanted to be a head coach. I get it. It's about legacy. You only get a chance, an opportunity, chances. He took a swing, even if it's a miss. Even you got to deal with babysit Kyler. Hey, I'll take it. I would have taken it, but I mean, unless it was like the Chiefs, like the enemy, I would have stayed. But every man has to step out on his own, path and fight for the destiny that he wants. And hey, I respect that. I'm just like, thank you, Cardinals, for taking it off our hands. That was the best news we got after the Super Bowl. So, I thank my lucky stars that he got the fuck out of here. I feel like he knew him staying that he was doing the players wrong, and he couldn't take the heat because, man, they would have been on his ass. But anyways, that's it for today. We're going to get up out of here with my horse's voice. But I'm still in the cold, like Shane Steichen. All right, fly, Eagles, fly, and let's motherfucking go.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.